friends, I'm Prairie Vintage. My name's Linda. I'm an energy intuitive reader here on YouTube. I use spirit, my intuition, the tarot to communicate energies to you guys, amazing viewers. Today's reading, we're looking at why. So this could be any situation in which you're wanting to know why. And we'll look at the reasoning why and see as much as I can see in regards to that situation. Now, use your intuition, okay, because this has to sit well with your intuition. And you can certainly ask multiple areas in regards to questions you might have, all right, with the different piles. It's absolutely okay and up to you. But we're going to ask why and take a look at why whatever's happening, or why whatever situation is going on, or reasoning behind whatever it is that you're asking about. Okay, so there's lots of viewers here, so take the energy into context to your situation. I'll try to do my best to try to deliver all the messages that I see. If there's anything specific, sometimes specific messages come through for very specific viewers. You can leave those messages behind, but the overall essence in that energy in that pile should be matching your situation. Okay, so this is a pick a pile. We have 3 options to choose from. Option 1, option 2, option 3. I won't be revealing these just yet, so sit with your intuition. Whichever one here is feeling most like your card will have the reason why. So you'll need to know what you're asking, or else the reading won't make a whole lot of sense to you, okay? So come up with whatever you're looking or inquiring about. We'll look at why. I'll put the timestamp to these picks below, option 1, 2, 3. And I will see you guys at your pick. Hello, beautiful, gorgeous angels. Option 1. And you guys pick this card right here. It's interesting, all the borders of all the picks were a different color, which I didn't intend, nor was I paying attention. So you guys picked this card. I have not looked at it yet. And you have the Guardian Angel Messages Tarot that I was using for pile 1. So we have a strong angel presence here, which I feel is telling me that whatever this you asked about is being divinely guided. It is sort of happening in a way here that is meant to be very much fated. Okay, sometimes we go down a path that we're needing to learn, and then we get back on our path. I feel like there's a very specific lesson here being learned. It's a very specific path you're kind of being led down here. Okay, so we'll reveal your card shortly, but let's pull the tarot and we'll ask why. Spirit, pile 1 is asking why in their situation. And what is the answer as to why? Clear and concise message, so I can channel this messaging for pile 1. What is the reason why? Please protect me and the viewer as I channel this message for the greatest and highest good of pile 1. Thank you so much, pile 1, for allowing me to tap into your energy, the energy around you at this time. I'm so blessed to be doing your reading today. Why? Why? Okay. So, 10 swords. Something's come to an end, and maybe we want to know why. A painful ending. There might be a separation, an ending. Something's very painful here that you've experienced. And I'm seeing the hourglass, which is talking about timing. So I feel like there, and 10 is certainly a long period of time. So either you've been suffering for quite some time and you have a question in regards to why hasn't something come to an end just yet, or if something should come to an end. Something about just having an ending so that you can be free of pain here, because I feel like it's been quite some time. Yeah, 10, another 10. Overwork, stress, imbalance. This is like the card of carrying a burden. So I feel like you're still in the heaviness here. Like I don't feel like the heaviness ended. So if there was an ending, I think you'd like this, because at least you'd be free. I feel like there's a desire to be free, because I feel like you're carrying a burden. You're carrying the heaviness. You're carrying the pain, and you're not quite sure when is the clearing here. When will this end? And so we're going to look at why was going on here. But I do feel is because things are divinely guided here. We have the High Priestess. I'm going to read these all in the upright. Okay, the High Priestess, Pisces energy, intuition, wisdom, patience. We have the Lovers, Gemini energy. It says relationships, emotions, and choices. And we have the 9 Fire, which is 9 of Wands, protection, preparedness, resilience. And then we have Balance, another angel, the Temperance here, compromise, self-control, moderation with Sagittarius. And we have the 4 of Cups, distraction, self-absorption, and discontentment. And finally, we have the 4 of Wands, prosperity, contentment, celebration. Okay, not yet. So, pile 1. Your situation is something that you're not wanting to experience, I feel here, because it's been too heavy and painful. But I feel like you have a knowing and an understanding that intuitively this is happening for you, not necessarily to you. Okay, but I feel like this is not a very pleasant part of this journey here, because I feel like this is much needed in order to get you in an energy here that is balanced. I feel like previous to what you've experienced here, you might have been set in some sort of energy that wasn't allowing there to be this pathway for you, which I feel you're very destined. Okay, very destined. Oh, look at all these beautiful angels coming through, pulling through. Okay, so you're being heavily protected and guided down this path, and it is your destined path. And so I feel like at this point, you're not seeing the value yet. At this point, you're not understanding why things are happening the way that they're happening. And divinely guided situations happen in front of us in order for us to experience what it is we are in the moment, so that when we get through the other side, we know what it was all for. So what you're being shown here is to trust that everything will come together. You're coming into a rite of passage here that you can only get here through going through this sort of pathway, through this experience. Because what you're wanting, the universe has heard you. What you're wanting, the universe understands. Okay? At an intuitive level, the universe understands. And so you're being guided here. This is a coming together, a rite of passage, or a soul tribe, or a soul family, a marriage, a union, coming together. Okay? This is like us coming together, building our future here. And I feel like the Spirit is saying you are being spiritually prepared here with this 9 of Wands. This is the spiritual warrior, okay, who experiences battle and everything else that one must sort of experience in order to be prepared, in order to be ready. So I feel like this path, this experience is preparing you for coming together here. Okay, but I feel it has to sort of go this way in order for you to learn what you're learning. But I feel like this part isn't very pleasant, you know, and in fact, you might feel like the universe is rejecting you. You're not getting what you want. You're not feeling the love. Okay, but Spirit is saying trust that there is balance being restored. Trust the love is coming to you. Okay, trust that you're not seeing right now the beauty that's being aligned here for you, that the things that hurt and are falling away are all the things here that are part of this experience and this journey. Okay, like you wouldn't be handed any more than you can handle, because you are resilient. And look at all this protection, like I was saying with the angel, and it's this protection here, heavily protected. So choose a new direction. So I feel like Spirit is showing when we get feeling rejected, when we feel hurt, that is the universe telling us that we can't force the will. We can't force the will of what we're being guided, pulled towards. So we have to check our intentions. We have to check, how am I feeling right now? Am I staying in a situation that is bringing me grief, sadness, pain. Because if it is, then I'm needing to really sit there and contemplate, is this the right path for me? Why am I suffering? Why am I feeling the way that I'm feeling? Because when we start to ask these questions, we start to understand. And when we start to understand, we start to sort of change. And when we change, our chemistry and our experiences start to mold us in a different way. And so I feel like this experience that you're having is molding you to feel and think differently so that you are prepared for building your future here. But I feel like you guys might have been either very much complacent or very much fixated on your position, or you only have your eyes set on one outcome, or you weren't allowing the universe to bring change. And so this is why this is happening. And it's coming with suffering, because I feel for all those reasons you were resisting, you know. So it was either difficult to make the change, or we were really fixated on it being this way, having this outcome. And so the more we're sort of stuck with that mindset, rather than allow the divine guidance to push us towards what we're meant to do and be and have and hold, then we feel pain. And so I feel like we're sitting here in pain for quite some time, not interested in anything but the thing that we wanted, or the thing that we knew, and seeing that this divine path looks a certain way to us, and so we don't trust it. You know, we're not taking the beautiful cup, and meanwhile it's leading us to this beautiful 4 wands. So Spirit wants you to do things differently here than how you have been. And so I'm seeing an empty chair here, which is talking about people leaving our lives, or us having to leave a certain situation or certain people behind in order to start anew. So either we're having a very difficult time walking away from certain people or a certain lifestyle, a certain situation, or we're projecting into the future here that we'd be unhappy somehow or alone, and so we're not trusting, which is not true, because you are divinely protected here. So let's pull a card here for this choose a new direction. But I feel like this is giving you guidance if you're feeling anything but contentment and happiness here, or at least optimism and trust, to sit with your energy and really sort of uncover why it is you feel the way you feel, because the universe is wanting you to choose something different, something that does make you happy. Unhappiness only comes when we're not aligned with what we're supposed to be doing. Knight of Air, intellectual, determined, and motivated. This is the Knight of Swords. So Spirit wants you to confront. I don't know why I turned this around. Weird. Spirit wants you to confront. Okay, this is confronting what we have to, getting honest and seeing a great truth, and not surrendering. Not surrendering. I feel like we sort of might be sitting there, which is fine if we sit here for a while to reflect, but I feel like at a certain point we might be sitting longer than we need to, looking at what wasn't working, what did not work, rather than taking action and leaning into what we're supposed to be doing here. And so if something didn't work, if something isn't feeling right, Spirit is saying, take the sword of truth, which is your ability to take action in the direction that's going to make things happen for you. Okay, like be in your own corner. And so if something's not working down a certain path, there's a reason why. And to trust the universe that you're being guided towards what you're supposed to be guided towards, that you are protected and that you are being led to this Four of Wands. But you have to confront what you're needing to confront. So I feel like there's still resistance here because we're not fully understanding. We're not fully understanding why the universe is doing what the universe is doing. And we don't need to know why. We don't really need to know why. We just need to align ourselves with this, and then it will be revealed. So, I mean, you're here trying to find out why, and the reason why is because you're being destined to get to your Four of Wands. This is why things aren't working in the current situation. This is why you're disappointed. This is why there's pain. This is why this won't end. Because we're still sort of sitting in energy that we're trying to, I don't know, like make something out of, or reconcile, or force this direction, or incapable of letting go or walking away. So let's pull 3 to wrap up this reading for pile 1. They need to know why. Any further information that I've missed in regards to why. Okay, 8 of Wands. That's quick moving forward momentum. 6 Swords. Relief, hope, moving on. Yes, move forward. These are both forward moving. Same with this Knight of Air, and these are both very quick. Quickest moving knight. Quickest, one of the quickest cards in the tarot. Okay, and the 6 of Swords is fairly slow, but I feel like slowly we're moving away from 5 sword situations. But Spirit wants you to understand that the quicker we come to some sort of acceptance, the quicker we can move out of this and have forward momentum and a breakthrough here. 3 of Swords. So we're feeling sadness, sorrow, and I feel like the longer we're in a situation that feels painful, you know, the more we can perpetuate pain if we're not taking action and moving towards what isn't causing us pain. So of course we don't want to sit, you know, in suffering and pain there, but I feel like the situation you're sitting in, not taking action in, is what's causing the pain. And I feel like Spirit wants there to be healing for you. So there needs to be sort of embracing what you need to do, which is to move forward and out of a situation, and trust that the divine is leading you where you need to go, and that whatever situations are supposed to unfold will unfold in front of you. Okay, but yeah, I feel like we were trying to make something happen in a way here that wasn't aligned, by hanging on to a situation or an outcome or an idea or something that might have been okay in the past. And all we're kind of doing is perpetuating the pain and the suffering. And so Spirit is saying, it's time to move on. Trust the divine path. You're divinely guided and protected. And you're very resilient here. And you're being led exactly to your happiness here. And so if we don't see it right now, there's a good reason why. We're aligning ourselves here. And this is all about us finding balance, self-control, okay? And I feel like once we are in workable energy with the universe here, then we're ready to receive. And so I feel like we're not quite ready to receive until we surrender. Okay, so there's a need to let the ending happen. Whatever needs to close out, let it close out. If something has closed, come to terms with it being sort of over that stage, that period, that point in time, so that we can make room for the new. Okay, but I feel like there is a breakthrough here the minute we start to confront what we need to and move on. Okay, pile 1, this is your reading. I hope this helped you, and I will see you at the next one. Bye-bye. Hello, hello, beautiful, gorgeous angels. Pile number 2, you guys picked this. card right here from the Angel Answers. I've not looked at it yet, so we'll look at it together. And I'm using the Night Sun Tarot for your reading. We're looking at why. Okay, so I'm going to lay the tarot before we even flip this, just to see why. Okay, now like I mentioned, the why is going to cover a range of scenarios, so take it into context for your own situation. Okay, and we'll see why. So spirits, pile number 2 wants to understand why. Why? Clear and concise message for beautiful pile 2. Please protect me and the viewer as I channel this message for the greatest and highest good of pile 2. Why? Why? For pile number 2. Clear and concise message. Please protect me and the viewer as I channel this message for the greatest and highest good of pile 2. I'm reading them all in the upright. We have Hermit, Virgo energy. Why? We have 3 swords. And we have the Devil, Capricorn energy. Yikes. We have Justice, which is Libra energy. And we have 9 Pentacles. There's this 3 swords here. We have the Lovers. Oh my goodness, you guys. And why is this Devil here? 5 Pentacles. Bottom of the deck, the Magician, and under the Magician we have the Queen of Swords. Okay, I won't reveal this just yet. Let's see. What do we see and why? Beautiful pile number 2. I feel like you want to manifest something, and I feel something is manifesting. Okay, heavy Virgo presence here. We also have Gemini coming through quite strong, and Libra, Aquarius, Capricorn. Yeah, very strong Gemini. Okay, so what's happening? I feel like you've been trying to manifest. You want to manifest here, okay? I feel like you want this. Like, you really want this. You're very clear with this. But I feel like there's a lot of suffering here. And I feel like this suffering here is... I feel this suffering here is coming, and we're not quite sure if we're supposed to sort of stay committed to whatever it is, whatever situation it is here that we want to manifest, or that we understand to be the path in which we were understanding we wanted to follow or go down. So I feel like Spirit is showing that this is happening for you to really sort of take a really good look at what it is that you're wanting, and to get to know the depths of yourself here in order for you to find something within yourself here. And this is something within yourself makes peace here with whatever manifests, because you're able to find something within yourself. And the something you find is your own sort of independence, your own ability to find your own peace, your own happiness, your own joy, your own okayness here. Like, you're okay here. And I feel you're okay not needing anything or anyone down this path that you're going. But I feel as though you're being sort of tested, if I got to be honest with you, okay? And I mean, the universe isn't to test us to trick us or to try to hurt us in any way. But when these tests sort of happen by the universe, it is really putting us in an experience here in order for us to understand and learn. And when we can learn from these experiences and really understand the takeaways here, it changes us. And so I feel like this situation is very difficult here with the Devil, because the Devil is an untruth that seems very real when we're in it. We feel very stuck. And so if we feel stuck, we feel the pain. If we identify that the devil is just an illusion, that there is no real devil here, we understand how we connect to pain. So I feel like there's pain, and there's legitimate pain, but the suffering doesn't need to exist, because we can either suffer by keeping the illusion of the devil alive, or we can experience the pain and understand that the devil is an illusion and that we don't have to suffer, that the suffering happens in the mind. And so this is sort of the lesson of the devil, is like we could stay stuck in the what doesn't work and feeling out of control, helpless or held back or stuck and pained. And it would be our reality. Okay, this would be our reality if we experience this, or we can experience this pain but not agree to stay in the suffering and choose to release ourselves, because we know that the devil isn't real, that we're not really held back, that we're not really suffering except for the suffering of the mind, that any story we tell ourselves, we're going to believe. So if we understand our own freedom, our own sense of liberation, our own ability to come out of any situation that doesn't make us feel good is in our own hands, we bring justice to self. So the quicker we understand this, the sooner we get out of our three swords, because I feel like the three swords is going to be something that we experience, but the depth of how much this three swords lingers and hangs around is certainly up to us. It's our choice. It's our choice. Okay, so I feel like you experience the three swords, and three swords, for those of you guys who don't read tarot, this is heartache. This is being separated from the ones we love. This is pain, suffering. Okay, someone's words, actions, intentions have hurt us, and we could say, well, someone else did this. Right. But someone else is not under our own control. The only thing under our control is how we receive what has happened to us and how we respond to what has happened to us. Energetically, mentally, physically, how do we respond? If we feed something energetically, we throw wood on that fire, we're energetically feeding, and we could feed joy, or we could feed pain. Okay, and so someone's actions, words, and intentions are nothing but their own. And how we perceive it is our own sort of responsibility. And that it generally stems from our own biases, our own experiences, because you can have 10 different people respond completely differently based on their own genetics, experiences. And it's not wrong or right, but once we're aware of how we respond energetically, and we're not in the weeds of it, we're not thinking we are our emotions, we are our actions, we are the observer of what our thoughts are trying to tell us, and we observe what comes through, and we can choose to energize it. We could choose to say, thank you, thought, but I don't resonate with this thought of suffering. So I feel like this experience is happening in order for you to manifest something greater here for yourself. But you're needing to see this sort of lesson, a lesson in detaching from suffering, because pain will happen. You know, pain will happen. The flat tire happens to all of us. But how do we deal with it? You know, do we sit there? Oh no, I got a flat tire, staring at it, being disappointed, telling everyone about the flat tire on the way home, on the way to work, the next day, you know? Or do we change the tire and move on? Okay, so I feel like there's some lesson here in regards to how much pain and suffering do we need to sort of allow in order for us to then identify that there is a big illusion, and the illusion is the mind story that we attach to the pain and suffering that keeps us in 5 Pentacles. So let's take a look. The situation will improve. So yes, of course the situation will improve. And why? It's because we don't need to choose to sit there and suffer. And I feel like you are reflecting. And so, like I said, this test of the universe is more of a lesson in understanding that we understand we are capable. We understand that the devil is something that we could shine the light on, that we don't need to stay in 5 pentacle situations, that the choice is always ours. And so even if painful things happen, the suffering is the choice here, whether we want to break out or not. And I feel like you are understanding you don't have to, that you bring your own justice here, that you are capable on your own without needing anything or anyone to prove to you otherwise, because you carry this from within. And this is the true manifester. And I feel like then you're able to manifest what it is that you're wanting, because you understand how this works. Because people who do not stay in the suffering and low vibration. And when we're in low vibration, we manifest more flat tires, more of the same. But those who thank the universe, okay, thank you for this experience of this flat tire. You know, had I not experienced this, maybe I would have gotten an accident 2 minutes up. Maybe this was the universe's way of saving me, saving my life. You know, had I not sat here on the side of the road, I would have never met XYZ, who came to help me change my tire, who's now, I don't know, introduced to my family, who's now a big part of my soul family. Whatever's happening here, the universe knows. And I feel like there is this understanding you have of a greater truth that allows you to manifest now. So this is why this is happening, okay? But I do feel whatever has caused this 3 swords has been painful, but this situation itself will improve. Once we understand this sort of concept, the energy shifts, then we start to manifest what we want, creating what we want, a better outcome in a situation here, okay? But we don't need to be stuck to devils. So, pile number 2, this is your reading. I will see you at the next one. Bye-bye. Hello, gorgeous angels. Pile number 3. You guys picked the Tarot of Oneness. I love this deck. I got it on Etsy, and when I got it, it was my favorite deck. So I haven't looked at your card, okay? We're going to reveal it kind of near the end, but we're looking at why. So you want to know why. Why is something happening? Why? Reasoning in your situation. It's going to give you some clarity and understanding. We'll look at why. So keep in mind, there's lots of viewers here, so you'll have to take this into context of your own situation. Okay, but we'll ask Spirit why. Clear and concise message for the greatest and highest good of pile number 3. Why? Why did this happen? Why is this happening? Why? They want to know why. Spirit, clear and concise message for the greatest and highest good of pile 3. Please protect me and the viewer as I channel this message for the greatest and highest good of pile 3. Thank you, Spirit, and thank you so much, pile 3, for allowing me to tap into your energy, the energy around you at this time. I'm so blessed to be here doing your reading. Let's see why. Why, Spirits? 2, 3, okay, wow. And we have the 7 Pentacles. Okay, under the 7 Pentacles, we have the Moon. I'm not really reading reversals so much as I am energy, okay? So Cancer, Pisces. Okay. And 9 Pentacles. And the Inspiration of Cups, which is, sorry guys, I believe this is the Page of Cups. Just want to make sure Inspiration is Page. Inspiration is, yes, Page. Okay, Page of Cups. It's been a while since I used these. 4 of Cups. 8 of Pentacles. And 4 of Swords. Okay. Action of Swords. This is the Knight of Swords. This is the Hangman, Pisces, and this is the Two Pentacles. Okay. And we have the Six of Pentacles and the Sun. Leo energy. Okay. Pile 4. Let me sit with this energy for a little bit and see what's going on here. Under the Moon, the Three of Wands. Okay. Okay. Why? Spirit is saying this is going to become very clear to you as to why. I think you're in a situation that I feel you have such a good heart, because I feel like you're really wanting to give. You know, you're really wanting to give. You're really wanting to manifest. You're really wanting to grow. You're really wanting to support. You're really wanting to see the fruits here of something beautiful, like you're allowed to here. But I feel like the situation itself is something that hasn't yet produced. And why it hasn't yet produced is because I don't feel like it's the time here for this thing to sort of manifest just yet. But there's reasoning that's intertwined into your understanding here, because I feel like you're needing to gain some sort of different mindset here, and your mindset is going to help you to see things more clearly in your situation here as more unfolds. So I feel we're dedicated. I feel we're giving. I feel we're putting in a lot of our own energy and our time into something here. And I do feel like it's something you love, something potentially that you want to create. But I feel like you might feel rejected or disappointed, or just this period of stillness here in which you're not seeing it come together. And so I feel like Spirit is wanting you to one, to trust that things are going to become very clear and are going to come forward to you in the best way that it can. That no positive energy and love we put into the universe goes unnoticed. It might come back to us in a different way, but energy evens out. So I feel like you're manifesting beauty here. You're manifesting love. You're manifesting something to come forward to you. And I feel like Spirit is also saying with this comes your sort of lesson of how you're perceiving life, how you're perceiving yourself, how you're engaged. And so I think there is your energy, maybe not quite, although we're dedicated and consistent in putting the energy towards something here, I feel energetically we might be going back and forth when it comes to our conviction of what we believe is going to happen. So for example, I'm committed and dedicated to seeing this job through, but in the background I keep telling myself, oh, eventually I'm not going to get that promotion. I don't know. Don't really trust it so much. And so energetically we're going back and forth. And so all we're telling the universe is I don't really trust that I'm completely dedicated here to this job, to this person, to this situation. And so the universe says, well, I don't know then. Is this something that you're really wanting here with true conviction? Because we're energetically maybe showing up in one way, but pulling back in another way. And so I feel like there's a need for us to see our own energy and saying, okay, Am I going to dedicate and commit myself to whatever this thing is in a way here that allows whatever to unfold without being attached to outcome and not going back and forth, and staying very committed here and dedicated, you know, in a way that sees this through? Because I know there's a greater lesson to be seen and learned and understood here, that the joy I have is in committing and dedicating myself to watering this garden. You know, so I water this garden because the joy is in the gardening, not necessarily that I have to have these fruits here now. That is a beautiful abundance that comes from all the effort. But if we don't enjoy the gardening, the watering, the maintenance of the garden, we're now suffering here. Okay, we're suffering here doing this sort of action with an intent for something. And so I feel like Spirit is saying true love of gardening comes from doing the gardening. The blessing we get is the fruit that comes to us either from that garden that we've been watering or from the neighbor's plants. But either which way, the fruit comes to us. But when we are in an energy that doesn't enjoy what it is that we're sort of doing so much here, or we don't trust that the fruit comes, we start to not see the joy we had in building the garden in the first place. And so now our energy is dictating here what's to come. And so I feel like your true joy that's going to liberate you is in doing what it is that you're wanting to do right in the present moment, that is aligned. Okay, that is aligned with your energy. You're not doing what someone else wants you to do. You're not doing something in order for there to be some sort of outcome that you can't see, that you don't trust. But what you're doing and what you're engaged with and invested with is something that you enjoy to do because it speaks to your heart. It's the creation, the journey. That's the part. Okay, and when you're in that high, in that energy, the universe blesses you because we're acting from the heart. And we're truly enjoying and giving from a place of wanting to give, okay? Not being forced to, but really wanting to and enjoying this place of this beautiful experience we have here, okay? But I feel like you're going to be blessed. And I feel you're going to be blessed with something very beautiful here with this Sun, the most powerful, beautiful card here in the tarot. But I feel like the Sun is coming and it hasn't come yet. You know, and things are imbalanced, I feel, right now. But once you learn that you're not focused so much on the imbalance, you're not energetically feeding the imbalance, you're still unwavering, strong in the present moment of what you're doing, committed to this. And if you don't want to water the garden, if you're not enjoying dedicating yourself to that job, if you're not, then don't. Okay, but I feel like what you're doing, you could see it from a different sort of perspective. I feel you can enjoy it. I feel you're nurturing something here into something better. I feel you know this, okay? Because right now I feel it is black and white, okay? It's black and white. It hasn't yet produced. And so you're protecting it, or you're guarding it, or you're investing your time, your energy into something that is black and white here. But Spirit is saying you must enjoy. Well, you mustn't do anything, but you must be present in the moment and enjoy what you're doing, because that is the gift. Okay, that is the gift. And everything else that comes is of a true manifestation here, because the energy starts to shift. But if we're not in the present moment and enjoying what we're doing here, then we have to sort of switch it up here. Okay, but I feel like our focus might be on whether this thing we're protecting, or this thing we're growing, or this investment, when it will turn and what will come of it. Okay, and it's natural to question it, but I feel like once we know what we want, we put it out to the universe. We don't keep going back to check. We don't keep going back to check. And we don't start to, like I said, start to energetically say, maybe then no, maybe then no, not for me. Because now the universe is confused. Do you want this or do you not want this? Do you enjoy this or do you not enjoy this? So the longer we stay there like this, the manifestation doesn't quite come to its full fulfillment. So we're the ones sort of moving forward and pulling back, moving forward and pulling back. And so that manifestation period sort of extends longer and longer, and the sun doesn't quite rise here yet. We don't see the thing yet. We're the creator here, okay? So with conviction, we must understand that whatever sort of happens is going to be something here that we've put out to the universe and we're ready to receive and accept. But we've enjoyed every moment of what it was that we were able to be in the present moment and give in the present moment. It didn't take away anything from us. And we are a better person for having experienced this, and we are stronger and more capable. Okay, so let's see. Ooh, a year from now. So I feel what this is saying. If you just started, okay, if you just started in this investment, that I feel it's going to take at least a year. For those of you guys who have been over a year, maybe it's been years already, I feel like what Spirit is saying here is the minute you start to get into the mindset here of unwavering dedication to whatever this is here, I feel like over this next year, this is going to start to produce beautiful fruit for you over this next year. Okay, but I feel like why this has been taking some time is because I feel your energy hasn't been completely trusting in the divine, in this manifestation. Okay, so I don't feel it's going to be a year that this manifestation is going to start to reveal itself. I feel like within this year of this steady sort of belief, this is this manifestation unfolding. So we have the Action of Pentacles, which is the Knight of Pentacles. Yes, this is slow and steady wins the race. Embodiment of Swords. This is the King of Swords. Spirit, what does pile 3 need to see? What am I missing here? What does pile 3 need to see? So we have more Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. What does pile 3 need to understand here as to why? The Lovers, Gemini energy, and one more. So the choice is yours, pile number 3. And the Queen of Cups, no, sorry, King of Cups fell. So we have the King of Swords, King of Cups, and Justice. Libra, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, more Gemini. Okay, so this manifestation is happening. It's very slow. And why it's slow, we just explained, okay, energetically. If we want it to go a little faster, we're going to have to be committed with our energy. The choice is ours here. I feel like whatever this love is you have, okay, is felt here with this King of Cups. And I feel like there is a balance, okay, there is a balance here between mind and heart, our understanding and how we feel. That I feel we're learning. Okay, we're learning how much does the mind control? How much does the mind get involved? How do I speak to myself? What sort of actions do I take? Am I presently aware of my words, my actions, my thoughts? Am I in tune with my feelings? And when my feelings are sort of driving, am I able to detach from certain thoughts that are emotionally charged, that might be leading me down a certain way here that might not be in line with my destined path, because I might feel emotionally charged here and saddened, and let my sadness sort of drive me because of an unclean thought or an untrue thought or a thought that comes to me unchecked. Okay, so I feel like Spirit is saying, if we're very present, we're aware of our thoughts, the thoughts are going to come and go. They're programmed to come and go. The massive transformation comes when we're very present, when we may create some space between our thought. Certainly, we create space between our actions and our thoughts, because our thoughts are going to dictate our actions and our words. So we have to review all of our thoughts. And at first it seems a little tedious, you know, should I have that bag of chips? Why did I think that? And so we're thinking, okay, I got to review all this. And it might seem very tedious, but the more we sort of sit in an energy of knowing these thoughts are going to come, okay, these thoughts are going to come, but I don't have to energetically buy into and feed these thoughts like they're true. The only true thing here is the thing that I'm going to feed and tell myself there's truth to it. So I feel like Spirit is saying you're learning about balancing the mind, the heart. Okay, you're being called to your path of whatever this thing is I feel you're giving to. But I feel like the major lesson here is about balancing the mind, the heart, and learning how to sort of be in control of one's own emotions here, because I feel like the emotions could really get pulled from unchecked thoughts, you know? And so there's a massive transformation here in how you engage in your world. And once you understand your own sort of involvement here, I feel like you're creating your own energy here differently than maybe how you've navigated before. And this is what's taking time. Okay, this is what's taking the time here. It's not that this thing is not wanting to produce or isn't your right path or isn't coming together. I feel like there's this lesson of you navigating this that's taken some time. And it has to take time for us to fully learn this, because we don't just know it overnight. But I feel like over time, there's consistent effort here that you've been putting into this. So if you just sort of started on this journey, I don't feel you'd be at this pile. Okay, and then I feel like, yeah, it'd be at least, you know, a year of kind of going through this sort of understanding. But I feel like for those of you guys who have resonated with this being your pile, and you've been dedicated here to something that hasn't yet produced, I feel like within this year of your engaged full attention here towards what you want, being very mindful of your own thoughts, where are your emotions feeding. Throughout this year, this manifestation is going to grow into something absolutely beautiful here. And I feel like it's going to be very balanced, very just, very giving to you, because I feel you've been giving. I feel you've been giving and committing yourself and dedicating yourself here, you know. But again, we have to check our intention. You know, our intention has to be pure. We want, you know, we want this beautiful sort of thing to be protected, and we want it to come into fruition here, but the joy must come in the service. Okay, it must come in the service here. And of course we can't lie to self, but if we're feeling anything but love, anything but a happy feeling here, we're supposed to check our intention. We're supposed to check our thought. Is it a clean thought, a true thought? Is it an egoic thought? Is it a thought that's coming in, sneaking in there, telling us an untruth? You know, because our thoughts try to come in there and try to protect us. You know, they try to protect us. But sometimes the thought tries to protect by making untrue stories. Okay, that's how the ego works. It really makes up these narratives that are kind of untrue in order for us to take action. And so if we listen to the ego, if we listen to those thoughts as truth, then we start to take action and do things here that might not be aligned with the greatest good, because the heart knows the greatest good. Okay, this is compassion, this is love. So I feel like there's something you're creating, something you love, something that's destined for you, a situation, a creation, a relationship, a thing. Okay, and I feel it's pulling to you, but you're getting aligned, you're restoring balance, and I think it's going to bring you this joy. It's going to give to you. But why it hasn't just yet, I feel, why it's taking this time, is because I feel this is what's coming. Okay, later, this is what you're learning, and this is what's going on. This is why it's taking as long as it's been taking here. But I feel like yes is definitely the outcome here with whatever you're manifesting. But I think your question was more along the lines of why is it taking as long as it's taking? And look at this beautiful purple. Purple is all about our intuition. Okay, so Spirit of Swords. So now we have the Queen and the King of Swords. Divine counterparts here, okay? This could be us coming into greater balance and understanding our mind. And with the Sun, this is all about clarity and understanding. Okay, and we can have an understanding that transcends the mind. We can have an understanding of our heart space that provides us more clarity and provides us more happiness than maybe the mind does. So I feel we're seeking to understand, and so be open to understanding the feelings, the heart space, and understanding what is mind, and differentiating between these two so you can see clearly, so you can see the joy in the present moment. Okay, I hope this made sense for you guys. Beautiful pile 3. This is your reading. I love you very much. I will see you at the next one. Bye-bye.